tuition at German universities is almost free, studying in Germany can be very expensive, with foreign students paying up to 12,000 euro per year. If you're from a country like mine, Vietnam, you'll need to provide a blocked bank account to prove your financial stability. In 2025, you're expected to have a whopping 11,904 euro in your bank account per year. Coming from a country with an average monthly income of only 300 euro per capita, these are enormous sums of money, not easy to come by. In fact, 6 years ago when I was dreaming of studying in Germany, I only had 7,000 euro in my bank account. I did make it happen, but it came with a cost. And I wouldn't suggest repeating what I've done. So here are the top 5 mistakes I have made in financing my study in Germany and how you can avoid them. Mistake number 1. Not enough research, not enough savings. Hi, I'm Tuyết, a Vietnamese living in Germany. Studying in Europe had always been a dream of mine because I wanted to see the world, to experience life beyond the border of my home country. 6 years ago, I embarked on that journey to pursue my master's degree in Germany. With 7,000 euro in my bank account, I thought I was set. After all, tuition was almost free and I could work part-time to earn more money. But reality hit quickly. Preparing for the application process took a good chunk of the money I had. Around 2,000 euro were gone before I even started. I had to pay for an English test, a GMAT course and exam, the TEST AS exam, a German A1 course and exam, and document translations. Just like that, my savings dropped to 5,000 euro. I reassured myself 5,000 euro would still be enough. I would find a part-time job to pay for my living costs in Germany and might not use that amount of money at all. But then came the big hurdle. As a student from Vietnam, I was required to deposit 8,820 euro into my blocked bank account to get my visa. This year, that amount has increased to nearly 12,000 euro per year, which is even harder to imagine. And since your blocked account locks your money away, you can only withdraw a certain amount each month. So with only 5,000 euro left, I didn't have enough to meet the requirement. My dream felt like it was slipping away before it even began. Waiting another year to work and save seemed impossible. I was 26 and worried about graduating at 29. Returning to Vietnam at that age, unmarried and with a master's degree, I felt immense societal pressure and feared it could affect my future, even my chances of finding a partner. I knew I had to make it happen that year. Thankfully, my family stepped in and loaned me 5,000 euro. That gave me enough money to cover the blocked bank account and some extra money to survive the first month in Germany while waiting for my account to be unblocked. I know I was incredibly lucky to have this support. Not everyone has a family who can lend them 5,000 euro. Hence my first crucial learning. Research thoroughly and save enough before you start. If you need a blocked bank account, aim to save an additional 2,000 to 3,000 euro as a safety net. Ideally, I would say save enough for your entire study here so you can avoid financial stress. But I know that's not possible for most of us since the required amount is incredibly high. So I would say, let's aim to save for the amount of the blocked bank account plus a buffer. And don't let societal pressure rush you. If you need more time to save, take it. Those timelines and expectations you're worried about, they won't matter once you're here. Mistake number 2, insufficient German skills. I came to Germany with around 10,000 euro. Wow, half of it alone? My plan was simple. Find a mini job to cover living expenses and save my blocked account funds for my second year of studies. But reality was far from simple. When I arrived, I barely spoke German, which made it almost impossible to find a job. I mean, if you're lucky and end up in Berlin or Munich, the likelihood of finding an English job is much higher. But for the rest of Germany, it is closer to zero. The first 4 months were tough. I couldn't find a job and could only watch my savings dwindle. It was terrifying, but I'm not someone who gives up easily. I started walking into Vietnamese restaurants in the city, one by one, asking if they needed help. Most of the time, I got polite handshakes, but eventually, someone offered me a job decorating sushi. As you might guess, it wasn't my calling. The job involved arranging sushis on a plate and topping it off with things like sesame seeds, crispy onions, or rocket, adding the right sauce, either teriyaki, or spicy mayo, or some sort of homemade sauces, and the aim is to make it look fancy and appetizing. It was definitely a job better suited for a professional, not for someone like me with no training or experience. After 3 stressful days, my boss and I decided it wasn't working out. I felt defeated, but giving up wasn't an option. I had no way back anyway. I then tried cleaning jobs but faced rejection for being too slow. It's not like I wasn't trying, but I'm short, a bit clumsy, and naturally a bit slower. A little slower than other applicants. One place didn't even pay me for 5 hours of trial work. But just when things seemed hopeless, I caught a break. A Vietnamese restaurant hired me, but this time as a waitress. The owners were incredibly kind and patient despite my limited German. They taught me little tricks like asking dish numbers instead of full orders. That job became a turning point. It improved my German and led to other opportunities in restaurants and even at a bubble tea shop. Looking back, I realized how much harder it was because I didn't speak German. Without the language, my options were limited to physically demanding work, and rejection was a constant for someone like me, unaccustomed to such work. But I keep pushing forward. In the end, I found jobs. None paid well, but they help cover the bills. Depending on the role, I earned between 400 and 650 euro per month. Over time, I learned about other jobs for non-German speakers: delivery driving, factory work, fruit picking during summer, babysitting, pet sitting, or working at fairs. I discovered those options too late and missed on trying them. If I had known them earlier, my first 4 months here could have been different. I hope this list gives you a head start on potential opportunities to earn some extra money. So to summarize, even if you study in English, learn German to at least B1. It makes a world of difference. I tell this to everyone who asks me. B1 or even better B2 opens up so many more opportunities. There are some European countries with significantly more widespread English literacy, and Germany isn't one of them yet, at least. Mistake number 3, letting HiWi jobs at the university pass by. There are job opportunities right at your university called HiWi jobs, short for Hilfswissenschaftler or student assistant positions. These roles often involving working with professors, researchers on projects, or administrative staff. Common tasks for HiWi jobs include assisting with research projects such as data collection, analysis, or literature reviews. You may support teaching activities like preparing course materials, tutoring, or helping in labs. There are also HiWi jobs that involve administrative tasks such as organizing events, maintaining databases, or managing communication. While administrative roles often require German, there are still positions in English, especially in the international office. Many professors also have projects that need assistance, and these often don't require German. I have seen some professors in my faculty send out emails about these opportunities, but I was too shy and intimidated by the thought of working with my professors. So I let those chances slip by while my classmates grabbed them. Not only did they gain valuable experience in research, but they also networked with the professor, which could later lead to internships or job opportunities through the professor's industry network. As it turns out, these jobs aren't particularly straining or require an outgoing personality. In fact, HiWi jobs are considered easy money with medium difficulty tasks and fair hourly wages. So here is my third lesson. If you come across a HiWi job opportunity, don't hesitate to go for it. even if you're shy. Worst case, you get a polite no. But getting used to rejections is actually a valuable skill you build while living in Germany. In the best case, as I mentioned above, this job experience helps you improve your career options while earning some good money. Mistake number 4, not enough preparation for working student and internship jobs. In the beginning, I focused on paying the bills with mini jobs, but realized quickly that they wouldn't help me build my future in Germany. Plus, a working student job or a voluntary internship pays much better than those mini jobs. After spending my first semester getting settled and finding temporary solutions to my financial struggles, I decided to focus on finding a working student position or internship. It was a good first step to start early, but how I approached it was a mistake I want you to avoid. I sent out nearly 200 applications over the course of a year and only managed to get 3 interviews, none of which turned into offers. Looking back, I understand why it was so tough. My German wasn't good enough for a German position, and it was highly competitive to find a position in English with so many other English-speaking job seekers competing for a limited number of vacancies. But even for jobs in English, I could have done better if I researched the market more. I didn't understand what skills were in demand or what I lacked. Even when I figured out, I didn't work on improving them and kept applying with the hope of getting lucky. I thought upskilling would take a lot of time, but in the end, I spent nearly a year applying with no result. Had I worked on those skills, I could have found a job within 6 months. Another mistake, my CV. When I look back at it now, I cringe. It didn't stand out at all. If I were the recruiter, I wouldn't have passed it through the screening route. And when I landed those interviews, I didn't understand how they worked in Germany. I wasn't proactive or confident enough to show that I could be a valuable addition to the team. And the results reflected that. In the end, I landed an unpaid internship. It wasn't ideal because it didn't help my financial situation, but I knew it was a chance I couldn't miss. It helped me understand how work life in Germany functioned, and it was only for 3 months, so I could keep looking for better opportunities while gaining experience. That internship turned out to be a stepping stone. Through a connection I made there, I secured a paid working student job, earning over 1,000 euro per month. Not only did it help me support myself, it also allowed me to start repaying the loan from my family. Eventually, I received a full-time job offer there before I even graduated. So here's my 4th learning. Try to find a job that aligns with your career goals in Germany as soon as possible, but don't approach it blindly or out of desperation. Be strategic, research the market, identify the skills you need, and invest in learning them. Watch tutorials, ask ChatGPT for help. It's a great resource. And better yet, find a mentor who has been through it all. Their advice can help you save time and effort. By the way, in my next video, I'll dive deeper into my job search journey and share tips to make yours easier. Not only did I succeed, but I also have helped others land jobs using the same tips. So subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. Mistake number 5, thinking scholarships are only for the exceptional, not for me. Have you heard of the Deutschland Stipendium, the Germany scholarship? It offers 3,600 euro, paid at 300 euro per month over 12 months. When I received the email from my university about it, I immediately dismissed it, thinking it was for those who were exceptional, not for someone like me. So I let the opportunity slip away, but not my friend. Despite being busy with exams and part-time jobs, she made time to apply for it. And guess what? She got it! 300 euro per month, which was equivalent to 32 hours of minimum wage work back in 2020. Every month, she could spend that time to earn more or develop her skills. I was so disappointed with myself for giving up so easily. And I learned from that mistake. When I had the chance to apply for the Absolute Stipendium, the graduation scholarship before my last semester, I did, and I received 2,500 euro. That was a great financial relief for me, especially in the difficult times of the COVID pandemic. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that scholarships are just handed out. It is not as simple as applying and getting them. But if you have good grades, your chances of getting a scholarship increase significantly. They don't need to be excellent, but just good grades. Don't let your financial stress distract you from your main goal, your studies. Doing well academically can actually help improve your financial situation too. There are so many scholarships out there. Do some research and you might find one that suits you. The German government is really trying to equal the playing field by providing those who have less with financial aid. A very European system. So, my last lesson. Prioritize your studies, aim for good grades, and don't hesitate to apply for scholarships. I have noticed that German students often overlook these opportunities, perhaps because they have access to BAföG, a government financial aid program that is based on the student's parents' income. But for international students like us, scholarships can make a real difference. So that's it. These are the big mistakes I have made back then. And of course, I have made many more. Even though I had felt prepared before setting off on this adventure, my first year in Germany showed me clearly that I wasn't prepared at all. Having watched this video, you are now a step ahead of me in 2019 in terms of making the financial side starting out in Germany work. If you want to be even more steps ahead and learn proven strategies for studying, working, daily life in Germany, subscribe to my channel. If you have already made the plunge into the cold water and moved to Europe, what has your experience been like? Let me know in the comments. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.